What if fighting injustice was slow simmered with jazz and style? Persona 5 isn't just a game, it's a mood. And today we're going to talk this game through and cook up an iconic and bold curry to go alongside of it. Because this is Recipe Review, a series where I pick a series of JRPGs or standalone JRPGs and make a recipe inspired by or directly pulled from the game while reviewing said game. So let's go ahead and start cooking. This is no Cafe LeBlanc, but I am going to go ahead and make coffee to go with our curry because it wouldn't be the same otherwise. So let's go ahead and go over our recipe and our ingredients while I talk about the introduction to this game. Persona 5 is the story of Joker, a wrongfully accused teen sent to live in Tokyo who discovers a mysterious power that lets him and his friends enter the metaverse. There, they don masks and fight distorted shadows of adults abusing their power. It's about justice, friendship, and rebellion, but told through one of the most stylish lenses in modern gaming. Every palace is a reflection of a corrupt adult, and every victory is earned, not just in combat, but in the classroom and part-time jobs and in after-school hangouts. This will serve about 4 people, so just be prepared for a large amount of food. We have 2 1/4 cups of chicken broth. We have about 16 ounces of unsweetened coconut milk. We have a little over a pound of sliced chicken. We have 13 ounces of chopped and diced onion, 3.5 ounces of carrots, a little over an ounce of ginger, and a little over an ounce of garlic. Last and not least, because curry is hard to find, we are using a little bit of a curry mix. It's called S&B Golden Curry Japanese Curry Mix. I like this one, it's pretty good. Medium hot, so if you want to go spicier, I recommend finding something else. And just like our ingredients make up our recipe, characters make up the story. So how do the characters stack up in this story? Well, let's talk about it. Persona's greatest strength is its cast. Yuji, Yan, Morgana, Futaba, they're all memorable, flawed, and lovable. Haru sadly doesn't get the time she deserves, but for the most part, every Phantom Thief grows, and you grow with them. It's rare to finish a game and feel like you just left a real group of friends behind. So now we're going to take some of our key ingredients, like our onions and our carrots, mostly the veggies. I'm going to put them into this pot, and we're going to cook it on medium heat with some oil. It starts off as a bit of a stir fry this way, but slowly but surely it will turn into the curry that we're expecting. And just like our ingredients are coming together, so is the story. So how does the story stack up? Let's take a look at that too. The narrative hits hard. It's slow, sure, but once it gets moving, it's gripping. The social commentary is solid, though it stumbles occasionally, and in particular is given a powerful arc early on, but some of our scenes later feel like the developers forgot what they were trying to say. Still, the overall story is cohesive and deeply satisfying. And once those start to get to a nice cooking point, we'll add our chicken, and I like to think that the chicken is the real meat of the curry, just like combat and mechanics is the real meat of the video game. So let's go ahead and talk about those too. While all of this is cooking, we're also going to cook some rice in the background. Just make sure you wash it first, because if you don't, gonna be a bad day. It's gonna say, I'll come and find you, but it's a little too threatening. Combat is slick, fun, and encourages smart play, but Mementos, oh boy, that subway system wears out its welcome fast. It feels like a grindy filler zone in the game that otherwise sings with variety. I get there's importance about it later, but still, it could have been handled differently. If they just made Mementos 50% shorter, this would have been a perfect gameplay loop. The chicken is just about fully cooked through in that stir fry, so we're gonna go ahead and add our broth and our milk. Doing so, we'll take the style from the stir fry to a curry, and eventually we'll be adding our last ingredient. So how does the style in Persona 5 hold up? Let's go ahead and take a look at that. This is where Persona 5 becomes legend. The red and black color palette, the funky jazz soundtrack, the animated menus, it oozes personality. You can mute the game and recognize it from its single frame. Pure aesthetic power. We're gonna go ahead and let that come to a boil, and once it does, we'll turn off the heat and we'll add our final ingredient. Speaking of things boiling over, let's talk about how emotions can boil over. And speaking of things that boil over, there's an emotional impact to this that can also boil over. So let's talk about it. There are moments in this game that hit. Seeing characters face their trauma, witnessing moments of justice, when it lands, it really lands. The ending leaves you with a deep, satisfying sigh like you just finished something meaningful. Now that it's come to a boil, we can add our last ingredient. And that's our little curry blocks. Comes a fun little packet. Peel it apart. It just looks like a brick of food. But you just break it apart and let it do its thing. Now we just gotta stir, stir, stir. Let it get nice and melted. Now to finish this recipe up and finish up this review, we'll serve this over rice and sit down and talk about it. So let's go ahead and give this curry a try and talk about our final thoughts. Can't forget the coffee. It's a lot of hot stuff next to each other, but it's good. It's very good. Just like Persona 5. It's nearly perfect, but it does have a few missteps, especially with Mementos and how it handles some of its sensitive subject matter. The sheer heart, artistry, and personality of Persona 5 is just absolutely unparalleled. And as loath as I am to give it a better score than my favorite game, Persona 4, I have to give this a 9.5 out of 10. That's it for this video, and I'm going to go ahead and finish off this curry and coffee, but if you could, subscribe and like while you're at it, and tell me in the comments what you thought about the video, and I will see you in the next one.